Choke, no joke.
KK on
New
the
life. They said I'll be dead or in jail. They was half right, I saw right could sell. I knew I wasn't rich when I couldn't make bail. I made out good, 5 niggas that didn't tell. Hold up, don't go to trial when caught up. Roll the dice, watch the numbers just go up. When your offer was short as a pup's nuts, you got the whammy, cause you pressed your luck. You could've been back on the town, industry bound, no more busting it down. To court is half O's, having to catch the flow, and reassuring those who act like they don't know that the ratchet let go. If you think we won't fill them hollow points up with mercury, send them to another planet, leave them screaming like Mike and Janet. Niggas can't stand it. I felt champagne with Ross running the game when I was locked and the CEO jumped in my face talking gangster, nigga. Like I'm not a fucking gangster, nigga. But you got it in here cause the odds ain't fair. Cause you got that walkie and that button right there. But after 8 hours, you leave here. And that's when you friend, it's not fair. You shoot at the range, we shoot when in range. Roll up in that range, your face look real strange. The look on my face is I got that aim. Before you reach, you feel the pain. Blood stain, calculate to your brain. You been licked by that thing. In the game of death, that's what you get when got game. It's a method to the madness, how I bring the pain of one that's not sane. Choke, no joke. I do my thing. They say you're nobody until they kill you. I'm somebody alive, guess that make me an ill dude. Made my name before the funeral, considered a legend and still make moves. They know you when you gone, they know me when I'm on. All over the board, you restricted, you pawn. You wouldn't cut a lawn, blow a candle at dawn. Joe got it going on like fuel. Some of you fools is more ass than mule. Never rule like Rick with Mona Lisa in your crib. Haters mad cause I'm doing what they wish they did. Without the rock, it's still gunning like Chris. Nigga try to block, I time off this shit. Nigga looking down at me, now he looking at dick. Pause, just determined shit. It's choke, no joke. Nigga, I'm lit. Fire up.
Den Hirschen haben von was, oder?
Hold on. No autographs right now. I got something to handle right here. No disrespect.
Beat on the drums.
Choke, no joke on the mic. Life with success. Is this what it is? Let's go. Life with success. Is this what it is? Paparazzi running around flashing your kids, trying to catch them with a blunt or a cig, hoping that they fall in some type of addiction. Baby mama hitting you with numbers like addiction. Shit so high, it feel like she pimping. It's alright, bitch. Yeah, I'm tripping, but it's better than the fucking max I'm spitting. You can have it done before you see this Jimmy again. If life was a movie, you'd be going in the wind. And this flow ain't conceptualized off gin and tonic. But how ironic, you filed once a nigga went and got it poppin'. I guess that's why you pushed up when I was Milano hopping. Out in high school, fresh with jewels, looking successful as I do. I made you a star in the hood, kept you in leathers and bamboos. Fresh footwear, girl, I kept you good. Every color to match, your butter sauce, moved you to edge comb. From the concourse, left mom house living better off. Now you write that shit all off. Like taxes, make me wanna move your parts with chainsaw and axes. I need to roll up and get back to relaxing. Is this what it is? Life with success, huh? Is this what it is? Chicks you took care of, motherfuckers you looked out for. Everybody turn on you, got their motherfucking hand out. Is this what it is?
Life was success. Sometimes it sucks. When people want something's when they call up.
Yeah.
People wanna hang, cause you got a new truck.
Let's go.
Now you hang with chicks that you dreamed you fuck.
Haters want you stuck, chicks trying to get knocked up. Cake in the oven and eat your cake up. Chick, get your own and raise our stakes up. The more you get, yo, the shit get iller. So I might go from the glove one and turn to thriller. Saw dealers get extorted by Popo when they needed a filler. And the shit get realer. They wanna clap back, but sit back and be a griller. Or be on a manhunt like Larry Davis. That's on the realer. Success have a lot of dudes on painkillers or puffing that fuzzy like caterpillars. It ain't easy to deal with. Life with success, huh? Is this what it is? Life with success. Is this what it is?
Stay the hell.
Don't follow those cats. The niggas that be on the gram. Tell Popo what they doing. Choke, no choke. You know what it is. Yo, y'all niggas better stay DL. Down low. Stop flossing, man. You just want them to just come and get you? Learn from our mistakes, man. That's what this is about. Learn from mistakes. Choke, no joke. Let's go. You already know. Make it low. Let's go. My aim was enlightened. Drop jewels on you. You thinking I'm jealous? I ain't got cheddar like you. I'm the dude to a game. You got school. Was a local cat snatch you when I made moves. I'm paranoid and preaching. You was sleeping. Knew you was sneak thief and couldn't see us beefing. Learn from mistake. Don't show I got cake. Impress a nigga to rob me. Bitch in my face. Get knocked by the feds. Lay up for about 8. Ass so busy flossing, ain't thinking about Jake. Loose, yapping, they wiretapping, videotaping, your ways in action. Front like times hard, two-door garage, ice like Liberage, with no damn jaw, without a reasonable doubt. You think you Jay-Z with your platinum jewelry? He got a job, B. You shining on doctors with 4 degrees. Laughing cause I'm broke on the streets.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Shh, let's go. For beef, we not dolo. For cash, you go solo. Thought I was your man, shot me down like Manolo. Thought I was your partner when you played me was whack. No niggas dust that I wouldn't flip like that. What gives? See your man struggle while you live? That's some shit. Struggling, give you the kicks. Used to stick for gooses. Warm when we pump deuces. Break night in the jacks, trying to see millions like Brewster. You don't act like you used to. I'm the dude. When niggas was friends, like yo, Joe, come through. I wet you like McClain for those who claim to be pain. The game of death, that's what you get with got game. Ill with automatics, we're never static. You carry that niggas, put one in your cabbage. Fear, don't have it, you fill me with laughter. In OGSC, then I'm original gun clapper. Like Dan Gadapper, see a mill be Casper. Like Dre the doctor, the math from after.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Nigga, y'all loud, louder than the weed, nigga. Thinking with your pockets, caught the ice lockets. She's somewhere in Houston, you blew like a rocket. Her seed was bait, through the line she caught it. Gave her all that loot, she couldn't afford it. Frontin' to them bitches, y'all, I'm feeling him. Blue puff in your face, daddy, all about Benjamin. Remember me, I'm your friend to the end. Like Chucky, used to slay bitches like Buffy. Thinking why they cuff me, think of the luxuries you had. In the cell with other willies, you brag. I push the big Benz with 20-inch rims. When in the club, Chris for all my men. Sitting across the bar, what's up, star? Back to reality, you back in bars. You chose not to listen, had the H-class glisten. Knew the rules of the game, played yourself out position.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't
Yo, Sean, yo. Sean, that son is me, yo.
I see.
You ain't noticed me, yo.
I see. Stay the hell. Don't follow those cats. Choke, don't choke. You already know. Let's go out the Grey Go. Now I'm out the game. Feel good not pitching in the hood. And I really don't think I could go back to selling crack and stashing them packs in my ass. I maintain weekly money the same. And nah, I don't go through them games. Niggas testing my brain with them triple beams filled with change. Pot crack, grams in the drain. Get hit with the fake exchange. Like baking soda flour. After being on Broadway for hours. Getting knocked, being back at start. Niggas testing if I got heart. Pushing me to pop some shots. Just stop the ball before it starts. Old lady with the binocs. Give description to cops. Why they try to tear us apart with that good cop, bad cop. I ain't going for the game, he ain't tell you a thing. Your partner's with him, saying the same. You tighten them cuffs till you see veins. Stop fucking yanking them down. They might fuck you if you ain't sane. And nigga never sniff cocaine. And I don't care what game or part of the area you claim. Brave Scarface, you must be insane. Nigga, Tony fucked the boy's dame. His right hand man, he's slain to get his back blown out the game. Do it on the low, let nobody know. No pillow talk to home. And if he step on your toes, don't bust a blame. Cause everybody will know. Or get out the game. They say that change is good. It's a lot of stress in the hood. And I know if you could, you would. Get out the game, but you stuck in that time. Wet a nigga in public like Shine. For a witness to drop a dime. For self-defense, do or die. Celebs doing time. Mike Vick on the child line. Even Kobe, Jason Williams, Gage, kick like Shinobi. Little Kim for perjury. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right? Let's go. When it's late night, make sure it's packed tight. And when you take those flights, never eye the Jake in sight. And shake them fuckers when they dead to right. Making a fifth go rumble. Because of stick up trouble. Blasting your gap for a cat. For in fact, for some crap that don't involve you. For some dudes that don't love you. All they wanna do is pawn you. Until you go down. And don't do shit for you when you lock down. Or even when you touch down. But they tell you to go to the pound. The same block that gave you a pound. Years in the pen, now you live it again. What mind state are you in? When you back it for 10. And you was just waiting for a teen to come home to relive it again. Entrapment should be a sin. The way they reel us in. Will roll us to a revolving door to bring us in. This shit is insane. The game is insane. The game will fuck with your brain. That's why I'm out the game. Yeah. Just get out the game, man. I know they told y'all there's only 2 ways out. Jail or death. Nah, just get out, nigga. Just get out, man. It's easy. Just walk away, nigga. If they care about you, they'll let you go. If you in the game and you wanna go and get a better life, and they won't let you walk away, what do that say? Get out the game, nigga. You wanna sleep easy, nigga? Look at these rap niggas, nigga. You wanna be the next rapper? Trapper, clapper, federal indictment rapper, huh? I keep telling y'all niggas, man, get out the game, man. Choke no joke. Grey Go, you already know. The beast is chemical, baby. That's why I'm out the game.
Stadium.
Don't follow those.
Choke, no joke. Yeah. It's choke, no joke. Let's go.
Supreme Bigger Figure, Big Cap, The Warden, The Club King.
The DJ Johnny Walker Red.
MC Frank Jigger, the celebrity's choice. Sean Brophy, sound engineer.
Choke No Joke, legendary videographer.
Sterling Cox, I was the head of security.
Alpha Grenier.
My name is V.
Omega.
Big G. Vim Rock from the legendary Naughty by Nature.
Styles P the Ghost, LOX, D-Block.
Tech Smith and Wesson.
LB Fan, Mr. Cheeks.
The Cool, the DJ, the Red Alert.
Kid Capri.
The tunnel was a hip-hop nucleus.
It was the epicenter.
It was the domain, the temple.
It was the Mecca.
Nothing was that melting pot of hip hop.
They kept the paradigm going.
It's almost like what Rucker did for street basketball. The tunnel was that of music industry.
My Sunday ritual going to the tunnel was, I'm telling you, your ass better be there.
You just pretty much did push-ups.
We had to drink a couple bottles of Hennessy, go get smoked.
Leave the jewelry and watches at home.
Before you even get to the tunnel, you gotta get on the block.
You started from 11th Avenue, and when you got to that door, the search procedures was no other.
First time I ever heard of take your shoes off, open your mouth was in the tunnel.
It was damn near everything but a full cavity search.
Security at the tunnel was no joke.
The beatdowns did happen.
Some of them, if you had that chain out, that shit was leaving with one of them niggas.
We had a handful of cats. When we were taking you out, they were digging in your pockets.
The code check at the tunnel was crazy because you didn't know if you was gonna get your shit back.
Sometimes the bloops happen where you might not get your coat.
A lot of boys wanted to get their girls some fur coats, you know, so I mean, it was free.
The bar was always on till after the tunnel.
You might get fake alcohol. Bartenders might have got counterfeit.
The dance floor is always rocking.
It looked like a video all the time.
The tunnel had a very unique situation at the bathroom. It was co-ed.
The bathroom was Sodom and Gomorrah.
I was like this, trying to look past the dudes like when they was going in the urinal.
The tunnel was a one-stop shop. They had food, they had alcohol, drugs.
I saw weed the tunnel. It was just oozing money.
Backstage is like the club amongst the club.
That's where all the so-called stars who was scary to be in the crowd, that's where they hung out at.
The dopest things about the tunnel for me to remember is hearing my records get played up in there.
The top, maybe, of all-time tunnel banger.
Or anything Bad Boy.
Every Biggie record, any shit by Hov.
Shook Woods was bananas in there.
Nori Capone, that bang bang.
Annie up.
Any one of Buster joints.
Wild Out would actually start a fight.
The best performance I ever seen, Jay-Z performed in front of the DJ booth. The DJ booth was bouncing like a ball.
Snoop and Dre. When Dre was there.
DMX, get at me, dog.
The king of the tunnel was Jay-Z.
Busta Rhymes.
DMX is the king.
Queen of the tunnel.
Mary J. Blige. Foxy and Lil' Kim. Eve.
King of the tunnel record label-wise was Def Jam.
Bad Boy.
The best DJ at the tunnel was Flex.
Big Cap, all day. Flex used to break off the records, but he used to try to bullet Cap like, don't spin this, because when I get here, I want to spin it. No, nigga, fuck wrong with you?
What the tunnel did for artists, it solidified their street music.
That gave us a platform, set up Rough Riders, Rockefeller, Bad Boy, slew of other artists.
The closing of the tunnel, it was kind of sad because that was a big piece of hip hop.
So losing the tunnel was like a little kid losing Disney.
A famous mosque closing down.
I think when the tunnel closed, it was necessary. Niggas was coming to miss.
When you hear people of the late 70s talked about Studio 54, the tunnel was the Studio 54 of hip hop.
Is this the motherfucking tunnel?
Joke, choke, no joke, chicky choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, chicky choke, no joke. I'm in the building. Sorry for such a long intro. Had to get myself together, you know. I have to switch up outfits because show that I'm doing now. You know, the way I was dressed was too down. It wasn't appropriate, you know. But I'm here now. We here now.
Come on in. Come on in. Choke no joke. I'm here. Shout out to said Fred in the building. You already know Mike Morgan. What up? Pretty Gangster. Lionel in the building. Dev in the building. Oracle. Michelle Frank in the building. Veronica A. Oh, Veronica. Oh, Veronica girl. That's me. Pretty Gangster. Dad to an angel. Dipset Major Ant, where you been at? I ain't see you in a minute. Eric Bratan. Bratan. What's good with y'all? How y'all feeling out there? Y'all feeling good? Yeah, listen, y'all. I'm sorry I'm late tonight. I know I said 7. These morning workout routines, they done changed my body, but it is, boy, you talking about a man tired. Today I was producing the show that I'm working on. Y'all will find out about that in a minute. But after the shoot, like we sat down and me and the stars of the show had a few drinks. Well, I just had one. But I was so tired from that workout in the morning over the last few days and shooting and doing contracts and emails and phone calls and oh my God. Like, and I was, going by studios yesterday with my man, I ain't even say my man name. I don't want nobody know who I'm doing business with and nothing. Keeping everything low key this time around in the industry. I ain't letting nobody know nothing. But we sitting there and the stars of the show was having a meeting with someone else that's going to be joining the cast. And next thing I know, I was like, the whole meeting, I was gone. Well, it wasn't me. I wasn't in a meeting, but I was at the meeting. But when I tell you I was knocked out, then I tried to take a nap before 7 to come on and do this show. My alarm went off. I was like, I need more time. I need more time. And then even when I sat down to do it, I'm like, man, you looking like you tired, like you don't want to be doing this. So that's why I had the long intro, because I had to get myself together, splash some water, wash my face and everything. I mean, I took a shower before I took the nap, but I had to replenish myself. I need to make me a nice cold drink. But tonight, what I want to talk about is many of y'all know about the Andrew Brown Jr. case that took place in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I'm going to let these fire engines go by. Prayers up for hopefully nobody's in no trouble and those fire trucks aren't going to nothing devastating. Saying there'll never be another Tunnel Club. Nope. New York Premier Club, a Latin Quarter, Club Zanzibar, Union Square. The past is the past, brother. Thank God that we had cameras and we was able to capture the moments and be able to relive them by watching them. So about a year ago, over a little than a year ago, the situation happened with the Andrew Brown Jr. case. Now, I played a very intricate part in this getting the publicity and one half of the legal team, which was the Ben Crump side. Shout out to Harry Daniels on this case. You know, so now that after just a year, and I'm surprised that, you know, that this thing happened this fast, this settlement. But now that the smoke is clear and everything, it's going to be interesting to look back on all this stuff. But when I saw, like, somebody sent, I didn't know about the settlement. Someone sent it to me because I kind of like detached myself from the situation because it was getting crazy with, you know, everybody's acting all different when money's involved and publicity's involved. And for me, I was just being a good guy, you know, but when it just got so crazy, you know, I got it from here, mind my business. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at the news story and the news story comes out and it shows that the sheriff department, they settled with the family. They tried to sell, they were looking to get a lawsuit of 30 million, but they settled and out of court. I mean, I don't think they went to litigation and everything. And they settled for 3 million. And I guess the 3 million was good enough for the family, right? But what's up, Sabrina? I see you. Tasha Rain, what up? Crip Blue, what up? So when I seen the story, when I seen the news story come out and seeing that the sheriff settled, it made me feel good as one, the person that was involved in this, to see that they admitted some wrongdoing. By settling, I'm to me, they saying, yo, we was at fault at some point in this, and here's $3 million. You know, it ain't 30 million, but we admit some wrongdoing in this, so we giving y'all $3 million. That's how I look at it, by seeing that they settled. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other end, that the defense team did a great enough job to get them to settle. You know, so how this whole thing came about is, you know, I was kicking it with somebody, the mother of the children of Andrew Brown, and we was at the house kicking it. You know, she get the phone call, and then she come to me like, yo, hold on a second, y'all. I gotta take this. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Please forgive me. Had to take care of that business. All right, so I forgot to go live on Instagram. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. All right. So, like I was saying, shout out to everybody on Instagram that just came in. We talking about the Andrew Brown Jr. settlement that the sheriff just settled with the family yesterday. I believe it was yesterday or this week. So like I was saying, I'm proud of myself that I have the resources that I could call people and make something like this happen, because we see many black men get killed by police on a daily, and families just burying the person. It gets no publicity, it gets no attention, there's no civil lawsuit, there's nothing but a broken family and another black man in the grave. And of course, law enforcement don't go to jail as they did in this case. You know what I'm saying? So when I say, I'm proud when I see the outcome of this, it ain't about the money. It's the accountability that the sheriff's department is taken by settling in court and paying, in the city paying out for the wrongful death, even though the autopsy said murder. He died of homicide. I don't know how none of the cops went to jail, which is kind of retarded. But I do know why, because of the politics of the city and everybody's goddamn family all in the law enforcement and jiu-jitsu area of that county or that city or whatever. So, I was telling you how this, took place, all this publicity got on this. Not that it didn't have some type of attention before Crump and them got involved, but that gave it national exposure when Crump and Al Sharpton and Kirsten and everybody that I call got involved. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, how this whole thing transpired was, me and the moms in the house just kicking it, and she get a call from one of her sons, and they told her, their father just got murdered by the police. So she come running there and tell me, yo, the police just killed my baby father. Now, clearly, the average dude is not going to care if a chick's ex-man, or baby father got killed. Like, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Is more or less the consensus of a normal person telling somebody that someone got killed that they don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like you feel sympathetic, but for you to take action and do a bunch of other stuff with somebody that you don't know isn't likely to happen. So, but being who I am and being that the resources I have and the people that I know, you know, and the heart, most of all, that I have. Y'all know me and my big ass heart. Motherfuckers, I will get played every time, you know what I'm saying? Or people will not acknowledge me for the great that I do. But it's only, but you only have to say thank you to me one time. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. But acknowledgement is good for people that appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Some people will say, yo, I can't thank you enough when they really appreciate you. You know, you hear people say, you sometimes, yo, you ain't got to thank me. No, those are people that are very appreciative. You know what I'm saying? But you got some people that they don't see how the magnitude of something that you can, that some of us do for each other. You don't see the magnitude of it. It may look simple and easy for you to do it, but the magnitude of it is on a whole level. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she come, yo, my baby daddy, the police just shot at my baby daddy and stuff. And I'm like, you know, I'm like, he dead? They like, yeah, he dead. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what happened? So she explained it the best way that she heard it within those couple of minutes to me. So I'm like, yo, you want me to get Ben Crump in the morning? You know what I'm saying? And she like, yeah. Like, I'm like, you sure you want, you know, like I could get people on this. And she's like, yeah. Now, at this time, all I know is the police killed her baby father, a black man. I don't know what this dude do for a living or nothing. All I know is the police killed a black man, and this is somebody that I care about, so I'm going to help. So I make the call. I call my man Big Phil. I say, yo, Phil, I need the works. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My friend, baby daddy, just got killed. You know, from what I'm hearing, it wasn't justified. You know, I need the troops to come out. You know what I'm saying? You know, I said, yo, hit up Kirsten, tell Kirsten I need him. You know what I'm saying? Phil, get Kirsten. Kirsten called me. I told Kirsten, I give him, after I give the whole spill to Phil, get a whole spill to Kirsten. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is what happened. Boom, 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 boom. He like, yo, Choke, anything you need. Tell me what you want, anything you need. He's like, who you want me to call? You know what I'm saying? You want Ben Crump, or I could call this other person. I forgot who the other person was. This and I said, nah, call Crump. This is right up Crump's lane. Call Crump. Boom. So he called Crump. I'm like, yo, pack your stuff up. We going over there right now. You know what I'm saying? Boom. We pack our bag. We jump in the car. Boom. We head up to Elizabeth City, right? And when we get up to Elizabeth City, you know, we hearing the different stories. We going on, start investigating. Boom, 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 boom. right? Now I find out that the father was a drug dealer, or the baby father was a drug dealer. So now I'm like, ooh. I done call Crump and them. You know, this ain't hands up, don't shoot. This ain't of some person getting choked out over cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Now, this dude's, I get there and I come to find out dude's a drug dealer and everything. And then what happens is he allegedly or could have been working with the police, right? It seemed like a Larry Davis situation. You know what I'm saying? So by the time we get up there, the story is, you know, Andrew Brown Jr. had just flashed a couple of $100,000, or he had a big bag. It was probably like a couple of 100,000 or something, and he flashed it on Instagram, right? Showing off the money on Instagram that night. The next morning, the police is running and kicking in his house. Boom, boom. The money's gone. Everything's gone. No drugs, no nothing. He's dead. He can't tell you what the fuck happened, right? So to me, it was clearly training day / the Larry Davis story. You know, allegedly, I'm saying that from everything, the evidence that I've seen, if the money that he had, the 100-something thousand that he showed on Instagram, when the police came, he was at the house. They got him at the house. They went in the house. The money, everything, he has no money. There's no drugs. Everything's gone. But when they got to the house and stuff, he probably knew they was coming to rob him. You know, they pull up, he at the house, he in his car, you know what I'm saying? Could have been there, sitting there hitting licks, whatever. They pull in, they get out, they shooting first, asking questions later. You know what I'm saying? He tried to pull off because they shooting. He tried to go, they shoot him. That guy, boom, kill him. You know what I'm saying? They go in the house, this, that, and over. Nothing's ever found. The money that was on Instagram the night before, nothing's ever found, right? Fake warrant. The warrant wasn't even signed to go up in the house. They probably just thought they was going to rob him and get out of there. And one of them cops probably got trigger happy, and they all started shooting or whatever. Or they just knew they was going to kill him to rob him. However it may be, alleged. But when I get to the house, me and the son, we walking around, looking around. You know, he checking to see if anything is still in there. When we go in the back of the house, I see a box for a scale, the little black scales, and I see some paraphernalia. So clearly, they didn't come for no drugs or nothing, because they would have grabbed the paraphernalia and stuff that was still in the back of the house. So what did they come for? Because that would have been evidence for them to say, oh, so y'all don't care about the scale, y'all don't care about the paraphernalia, nothing. For what did y'all take? How do you leave that there? If you're trying to say he was doing something wrong, you could have been like, hey, here goes some evidence right here. He got a scale here, he got some paraphernalia. Y'all just leave that? Okay. So we out there, we talking is witnesses that seen what happened. Is ring alarms that captured some of what happened. And when you see the video, you see they just came and I'm gonna go through all the footage and everything, but let me get into the story of the settlement that just came out, and then we will go back. So a $3 million settlement was reached in a lawsuit over Andrew Brown Jr.'s death. A North Carolina sheriff office announced a $3 million settlement on Monday. So this was Monday. And Monday in a lawsuit filed by the family of an unarmed black man who was shot and killed in his car by sheriffs. Y'all niggas with them little cars with them. I don't know what y'all be doing with the motors, the mufflers. But y'all need to start giving y'all tickets for noise pollution. The North Carolina Sheriff Office announced a $3 million settlement on Monday in a lawsuit filed by the family of an unarmed black man who was shot and killed in his car by sheriff deputies more than a year ago. The family of Andrew Brown Jr. had filed a $30 million civil rights lawsuit in 2021, saying the man died because officers showed intentional and reckless disregard of his life. Brown was killed on April 21st of last year by Pascal Tank, I forgot the Pascal, whatever it is, county sheriff's deputies while they were serving drug-related warrants at his Elizabeth City home, which the warrant was assigned. Several deputies surrounded Brown and his BMW before his car backed up and moved forward. They fired several shots at and into his vehicle. He was killed by a bullet to the back of his head. And the autopsy report said he died from homicide. District Attorney Andrew Womble had said at a news conference last year that Brown used his car as a deadly weapon, causing deputies to believe it was necessary to use deadly force. But lawyers for the Brown family said the shooting was unjustified because Brown was trying to drive away, not toward the deputies, and that he posed no threat. After viewing body cam footage of the shooting, they said Brown was sitting in his stationary car with his hands on the wheel when the first numerous shots was fired. The settlement was approved by the Passaic, I think that's how it was pronounced, Passaic County Board of Commissioners. It includes a special $1 million appropriation to go along with $2 million from the county's insurance policy, which was supplied by the North Carolina County's liabilities pool, according to a statement from the sheriff's office provided to the Associated Press. The amount is at the limit of the policy. So let me see that. It includes a special $1 million appropriation to go along with the $2 million from the county's insurance policy. So really, they're giving up $1 million, and $2 is from insurance. That ain't no fucking money for killing nobody. I mean, no money is, but come on, dude. The settlement was reached over several weeks last month in the case overseen by a federal magistrate in the U.S. District Court in Raleigh. The news release said. In Raleigh. The county's payment resolves potential liability against the defendants and any individual officers who were either named or could be named as defendants in the lawsuit, the news release said. So now they can't, with this settlement, they can't sue no more cops at all. What? The family also entered into a stipulation in which it dismisses all claims against the defendants, namely the I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. The Pass County, Passaic County Sheriff Tommy Wooten II, and the 3 sheriff deputies, as well as potential claims arising from Brown's death, the news release said. What? Why would they agree to all that? For that shortbread, Brown's children will share in the proceeds of the settlement as heirs of his estate, the sheriff's office said. So there is 2 children from my friend, and then there are I think 3 children from his other baby mother. So that's going to be split between 5 children. I believe it's 5. It could be 6. Andrew Brown Jr. was a devoted father who wanted his children to have things he didn't, said a statement from the 5 attorneys representing his family. While no settlement could ever fill the hole his death left in their hearts, this agreement is about providing for those children's futures, securing their education, and ensuring their dreams didn't die with their father. At the time, the lawsuit filed by the Brown family was the latest in a string of federal civil rights lawsuits following the high-profile shootings of Black and brown people. Many ended in the settlements that often include money, but specify no admission of guilt. Exactly. Some of the lawsuits end up in court where a jury can award massive settlements that are reduced on an appeal. An independent autopsy commissioned by the family said Brown was shot 5 times, including once in the back of the head. Family members who were privately shown a portion of the body camera video afterwards said Brown was trying to drive away when he was shot. The shooting sparked days of protests in the city and rural northeastern North Carolina. The family also entered a stipulation in which it dismisses all claims against the defendants, namely the Passaic County Sheriff Tommy Wooten and the 3 sheriffs, as well as the potential claims arising from Brown's death. So the city is paying them. And they okay with just the $3 million. And now they can't, with that settlement, they can't sue the sheriff's department or the sheriffs, which they would be able to, because all of them that shot him is responsible for killing him. So they took a settlement from the city and agreed with taking that money that they're not going to sue Tommy Wooten and the 3 sheriff deputies. Brown's children were sharing the proceeds of the settlement as heirs of his estate, the sheriff's office said. Now, not getting into no deep details, but I had friction with the family because I was telling them, y'all need to read the contract with the lawyers before you sign. And that we kind of fell out because they felt like I was being too aggressive about the business part of this lawsuit, of me getting Crump and them to represent them. They felt like the money part of it wasn't my business. But I'm saying, look, I brought y'all these people. I brought these people to y'all. I'm not going to let y'all get jerked. I don't want to see y'all get jerked. Before you sign anything, let me read it. With all the emotion going on, this, that, and the other, the son just signed it. They didn't even read it. So by the time I catch up to them and we having a conversation, I'm like, yo, where's the contract from the lawyers? Let me read it. Oh, we signed it and sent it back. Without reading it? I'm getting upset because I know business. They looking at me like, what you getting upset for? You ain't getting none of this money. I don't want none of the money. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to get ripped off. Everybody's emotional. I'm the one that's not. I don't know Andrew Brown Jr. I'm not going to say I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sympathetic, but my emotions ain't affected right now. I got clear vision of everything that's going on right now. Y'all are mourning. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So when we in the car riding, I don't know where we going, but you know, the mother, the son, you know, we all on the phone with the attorneys, right? So they saying, you know, I got Crump is on the phone, his assistant, and everything, and the family, we all on the phone, and we talking to him, and he's talking about what needs to happen for them to represent, and they asking about the case and what's going on, this, that, and the other, see if they're gonna take it. They like, yeah, boom, yo, we gonna take it. We gonna send you out paperwork, boom, 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 boom. This is how me and Crump get cool, right? So I said, so with this paperwork, I mean, with them retaining you, and you doing it at, you know, at no cost up front, what is your percentage? Who is this that I'm talking to right now? I'm like, this is Arthur. I'm the one that got you here. Arthur, I need your number. Because I start drilling him on the legal side. Yo, what's your percentage? Boom, 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 boom. He tell me his percentage. And if we go to legally the litigation, it's more of a percentage. This, that, and the other, right? So I'm drilling him on that. Arthur, let me get your number. Give me your number. Take his number. Get his email. Arthur, I'm going to be dealing with you. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. Crump is like, this is the smart nigga here. He's not caught up in no emotions. He want to know about the business. Everybody else is just worried, happy-go-lucky that they're going to take the case. From that point forward, Crump kept me close to him, right? Now, when we get out there and I see the case, I see everything that's going on, I'm sitting down with the legal team. I'm like, yo, I'm a street nigga. I know what this is. I've seen the police rob my homeboys and extort my homeboys. I know exactly what the hell this is. And I'm telling them, yo, this is the Larry Davis story. They like, Larry Davis, who's Larry Davis? Bakari Sellers, who's Larry Davis? You don't know who Larry Davis is? And y'all into law? Oh, y'all need to go study the Larry Davis case. When we get back, you get home, whatever, study the Larry Davis case. This is the Larry Davis case right here. Right? So that's how me and Crump got tight. Now, me and the family fell out because they felt like I was being too involved in the business. Now, when the smoke is cleared, now when they look up, you didn't get 30 million, you got 3 million. Do you see how much of a percentage that Crump is going to get now? Do you understand now why I said, let me read it? Because shit like that can be negotiated. But when you're so happy and you go and just sign and everything, now you got a $3 million settlement and you got 2 separate law firms, right? Because the baby mama over here with the other kids, she hired Harry Daniels. This baby mother over here got Crump because of choke, right? His Crump's percentage ain't got shit to do with Harry Daniels' percentage. They both are getting their separate percentage for this case. I don't want to get into how much, but let's just say if they get a third and they get a third, it only leaves the family with a third. And basically, that's what's going to happen. They get a third, and it leaves the family with a third. So if they got a third and they got a third, that's 60-some%. So when you look at $3 million, both lawyers get more money than the family. So the family's only going to see about $900,000, and then you got to split that between like 6 kids. So $3 million, and then you sign a agreement that you can't sue the sheriff or the people that killed him because you just taking the money from the city. You fucked yourself. No disrespect, but you know, granted you got something, but had you looked at the paperwork before signing, and I ain't even telling you what else is in there. Like, it could be expenses they may have to pay for them flying in, their hotels, their gas. I'm going to put that in the contract to be reimbursed for if there's a settlement. I'm going to be reimbursed for me flying in and going to court and doing all that shit. So even if you got $900,000 after they took their cut, if they put their expenses on that comes out of the settlement for the family. Outside that comes out of that. And this side might have expenses, and this side might have expenses on top of them taking a third. So the family they can say, yo, we took a private jet. I bought a $5,000 suit. And then when you look up, now it's only $500,000. And I'm not counting nobody's pockets. I'm just saying, when you know business, you know what I'm saying? You don't sign nothing without reading it or consulting with a lawyer. And when I tell you, people was mad at me that I was mad at them for not reading the contract, I could not believe that they was mad at me for telling them, yo, you got to read stuff before you sign it. But at the end of the day, I appreciate Crump. I appreciate Al Sharpton did the eulogy. You don't know. Like, these can be hidden costs. Like, Al Sharpton may not be doing no goddamn eulogy for free. It cost him to fly down. That nigga came on the private jet and went back on the private jet. Who's paying for that? like he's just nice like that he's just gonna fly down to the funeral, do the funeral and everything on the private jet and not be ever get reimbursed. Okay, all right. I would love to see that contract, but I appreciate Crump. I appreciate Al Sharpton. I appreciate Big Phil Gates. I appreciate Kirsten John Foy for even doing it for me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because now when I look back, like even when I see the headline, I know that I had some input in that. I know that my phone call, had I not, I'm not saying that Harry Daniels and all that shit wouldn't happen, but having Crump and Al Sharpton there, Harry Daniels is not no national figure like that. Like, people know Ben Crump when you say Ben Crump. People know Al Sharpton when you say Al Sharpton. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy they got something. They got a beautiful funeral out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that I call pay for the funeral. They didn't even have to, the family didn't have to pay for the funeral. My people's paid for the funeral. And they gave them over 10 bands for the funeral. They didn't even have to pay for their funeral. And when they got the budget, they went ham. They get the horse and carriage, fleet of limo. They did it big. And they didn't have to pay for anything. So even when I look at the funeral, my phone call, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be wanting a pat on the back, but I be wanting people to know, damn, Choke, you did some shit. You know what I'm saying? And, yo, that was nice to you. You didn't even know that man. That was her baby father. You know what I'm saying? Yo, and then look at the outcome. Not only did it get national attention, they got to bury their father in he went out like a platinum artist. You know what I'm saying? And they got justice because the sheriff settled, which means they admitted guilt. If I wouldn't have agreed to, we taking this money so we can't sue these motherfuckers. Hell no. No, these motherfuckers killed my father. Y'all niggas is getting sued too. The city and these motherfuckers. I'm not taking no goddamn bullshit ass $3 million and just to say I can't sue these people. But to each his own. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I just like, what? 3 million and these people, they both taking a third. Like, we only getting a third of the settlement, and I'm not able to sue the sheriff and the cops that killed him because the city is giving me money. All right. They just wanted this to go away. They just wanted this to go away. Like, they wanted this to go away. That's why they put that stipulation in there, saying that their family agreed that they wouldn't sue what's his name, Tommy Wooten, because he was the one that there was drama going on. You're gonna hear his name mentioned a lot. So let me take y'all through this whole thing and refresh y'all memory with this thing. Where do I want to start? Let me see. All right, I'm gonna start here. So footage is out with the cops that rolled up and peace, y'all. Choke, no joke. So footage is out with the cops that rolled up, and y'all gonna probably see more footage anyway. But I'm gonna give y'all the rundown on how this went, right? Footage that I just seen recently with the cops rolling up here on the scene. The police came from this area. They came driving down here, right? They come down here, straight down here, for those who seen the video, right? Right here is where they're gonna make the left. And Andrew House is right there, where you see Roland Martin stand at in the candles, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown. Now, if you've seen the video, you see the police on the back of the truck rolling up here, right? So I'm gonna run it down. Check it out. They come down here, right? As y'all seen, if this was the cop's car, they swing this corner right here, right? Now, when they swing the corner, as you can see, this is a very narrow block. Look at my arm in the street. My arm damn near is like half of the street. A narrow street, right? Come around, they spun around here to this corner. Now look, they come around this corner right here, and y'all can see how narrow this street is by the cars here that's double parked, right? They come swing around this corner, and they come right here, and they block the driveway right here. This is driveway right here, from right around that little corner. Now, when you see the video, when the police truck comes with the cops on the back of it, they block his driveway. Now, Andrew was sitting right here in his car. He wasn't in the house. He was right here in his car, right? They block his driveway. As soon as they getting off, you already hear the shots. I seen the video myself. Before all the cops got off the back of the truck, you already hear the shots. So it wasn't no trying them hit them with a warrant or anything. Soon as that truck pulled up, the video I see, before all the cops got off the back, you already hearing the shots. Right? So he already hearing the shots. Now with the video that Khalil saw, his son, he had his hands in the lawyer. His hands was on the steering wheel when they blocked him right here in his driveway. This is his driveway right here. But they blocked him in right here. So he couldn't go nowhere. And they talking about freeze hands up. His hands is on the steering wheel, so he's complying. Right? He's compliant. Now, what I want y'all to see is this. After he done got shot up a few times, you see the driveway. You see how big it is, right? Now, he could have clearly, if he wanted, drove straight towards them if he didn't. Now, remember, like I said, if he wanted to drive towards the police, he could have. Look at all this space.
He was blocked in. Right there where you see Roland Martin's tent is where the cops blocked him in. So he could not go out. He could not go out. Now, going for his life, you can best believe that he would have went straight if he wanted to hurt the police. He tried to save himself. What do you see right here? You see where he backed up? You see the skid marks? He backed up here to avoid the police. You see the mud on the wall? The mud on the wall right here on his house is from him backing up and skirting from the shots to go to get away from the police. Now look, he didn't go to the street. He drove through the grass to avoid the police. Look at all this. He drove through the grass to crash into the tree. The police is over here, all in the front of him. You see how they jumped off and they were shooting immediately? He backs up and he goes through the grass to avoid the police. So when you hear his lawyer and his son say he tried to avoid the police, go around them, they're right there in the front of him. You see him when they jumped out the truck. They right there in front of him. He backs up like this, his car, and he goes around to the side street, to Roanoke. Roanoke Avenue is over there. This street is going this way. I don't know the name of the street. I'll tell y'all in a minute. He went through the grass, y'all. The police is right there in front of him. He backed up because he got shot a few times already, and he's going this way. He crashes into the tree, and then they run up on the tree and continue to pump bullets in. Look what I'm talking about. That man did not try to use his car for a vehicle. Look at his driveway. Look how big it is. He's sitting in the driveway when they came. He's sitting right here in the car. Why did they need to just jump off and just started shooting if they was coming to hit him with a warrant? They had him blocked in. Why did they just get off and start shooting? They told him to put his hands up. His hands is on the steering wheel. Why did they start shooting? Why? Why? Rest in peace, Andrew Brown, man, Jr. Don't let them tell you nothing else, man. Hey, officers, when we comply, we should not die. If we comply, we should not die. You had his name, information, address, everything. If he got away, you knew exactly where to find him. And he didn't even try to leave until y'all pumped all them bullets in him. Rest in peace, Andrew Brown, man.
We don't know none of them. We rock with you everything. None of them, when he need $1 tip, none of these.
Choke, no joke, man. I'm out. Look, I'm no politician. I'm no activist. I'm just a person that grew up in the hood, that always everybody know me for the truth. And I just want to say one thing to all the cops across America. If we running away from y'all,
Tell them, Arthur.
why do y'all feel the need to use a bullet to stop us from running? This ain't when we was kids and we playing cops and robbers. To me, y'all make me feel like y'all still playing that game. That if they get in the way, they can't get away. But y'all use a bullet, which is fatal, that we can't come back from. Yeah. I don't understand that. They asked this man to comply. He complied and he died. If we could.
That was when we first really got out there and found out what was happening and stuff like that. And I went to the scene where he got killed to show people what happened, and that, this is like immediately, I think maybe the next day or the same day. I can't remember at this point. It was so much that happened. When I tell you I was so much drama. And this is when we sort of after seeing the tape for the first time.
And hit the door, bust the door in. When they went in, they ain't find shit. So I stayed here from the time just to make sure they ain't plant nothing or nothing. Yeah. They ain't get nothing out the car, none of that.
We'll definitely keep in touch, though. Everything going on.
All right, baby.
That sounds like I got a chicken bone in it. I got a chicken bone in it.
No, I got some shit to make you feel like, where am I?
Come on, man. Gas, man.
I got some edible.
Joke, we out here, man. Did the funeral. Shout out to everybody that came through. Service was amazing. I don't know if y'all saw it on the TV or what, but long day, boy. Rubber tired. But we out here, man. They did a mural for him.
Oh, word?
Andy Brown.
I know you. I know you. Right. I do know you. Right. Yeah, you right. You right. I knew I was. Tell me, yeah, she did. Yo, that's. Oh, I'm sitting here looking at you, and you don't even put me in my mind on. Don. Yep, on my life.
That was after the funeral. Trying to. Oh, okay. Here we go. Then it was the people in Elizabeth City they really put on for Andrew Brown. They really did, and I think that is a strong reason why they had to settle in that county, because the people really turned up for them.
You hear me? You heard them gun laws. This should not be happening. It's ridiculous. How many, 4, 5 deaths in the same week? That shit crazy. It's all good though.
That's right.
We out here.
We out here.
We out here.
They not telling us the truth.
Hey, all I gotta say to Sharon, what a video. Run me my video. I'm supposed to pat that out.
Yeah, we got some inside skinny that it was 3 cops that did shooting.
You heard me.
It was 3 of them.
That's all I gotta say to Sharon. What a video. That was supposed to be released on the day he died. It's now a day later. You slackers, tighten up. Tighten up, Sharon.
No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. No peace. No peace.
No peace! No justice! No peace! When I say our lives, you say matter! Our lives!
Matter!
Our lives!
Matter!
Our lives!
Matter!
No justice!
No peace!
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 Say his name!
Andrew Brown!
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 Andrew! Andrew!
Brown!
Andrew!
Brown!
Andrew!
Brown!
Andrew!
Brown!
No justice!
No peace!
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 Amen! Close it out!
They think we're gonna get tired. They think we're gonna get thirsty. They think the cold weather will stop. We gotta keep fighting because each and every one of us could be Andrew Brown right now. Right now, we are extinct. Ever since this week, 7 national African Americans have died. But over 25 have been killed by police that they're not talking about on the news right now. This must stop. One of our 16-year-old sisters is laying up in the morgue. Andrew is laying up in the morgue. When does it stop? Why is it the fact that our sheriff is inside his office right now but not out here talking to us? Yesterday, it was, we can't talk because it's the FBI investigation. The FBI said, oh no, you're not going to get us because you guys can release it whenever you want. Now it's the court has to do it. But yesterday, check the record. Every news media outlet requested that through open records law. They had Superior Court today in Perquimans County. Y'all went to Dare County to get an arrest warrant for Andrew Brown, but would not ride 20 minutes to Perquimans County to go in front of a judge to have this released. So therefore, you don't care. All we see today is Elizabeth City Police Department.
That's it.
You do not see the Sheriff Department.
No.
They came and killed a man and did not inform Chief Buffalo what they were doing. Now, we know that they were 50 feet away from a school. That means they fired a shot in the school zone, which we know, had it been Andrew Brown, he'll be charged with a felony.
That's right.
When does this stop?
That's right.
When does it stop? The problem is, so many of them didn't know Andrew Brown. They didn't know the guy who heads out the window of his BMW smiling. They don't know who the guy that's willing to tell jokes. Who's the first one on Facebook in the morning. They don't know that Andrew Brown. To him, he's a name. To us, he's family. Families argue.
families fight, but we stick together. And today we're gonna stick together until we get answers. No justice,
No peace.
no racist police.
That's right.
We want answers and we want them now. And if we can't get it, we're gonna shut it down. And that's what's gonna happen. Mr. Rivers is losing his voice, but everybody out here got more voice. And we're speaking as one.
That's right.
I see you pastors coming out here, but it takes more to come in our community than to pray and when big names come out here. We need to see you all the time. We've been praying, and we're all prayed out. We prayed out. Al Sharpton put it best. They call them pulpit punks. All they want you to do, come to church, take your money. You don't see them at the polls. You don't see them nowhere else. This here ain't a political thing. This is because we care. We care. I represent every black elected official for the state of North Carolina. I'm not out here because I'm going to get elected in Elizabeth City. I'm out here because Andrew is family. And it could be me or my son. So, no justice, no peace.
Anybody.
They're looking for what we're going to do. We're going to mess with your money. African Americans make up $2 trillion in buying power, with only 2% going back to African Americans.
That's right.
These injustices keep happening. And it's bigger than one man.
That's right.
We thought it was going to stop at George Floyd.
Yeah.
But it continues, and
The
continues.
next damn day.
Continues.
The next day.
This is bigger than COVID-19. It's been an epidemic. It's been a pandemic.
That's right.
So we're going to sit out here. We're going to stay out here. We're going to sit on the street when we get tired.
Yeah.
But we're going to keep on marching. And guess what? More soldiers are coming tomorrow.
That's right.
What they are saying is that we're out of control. Yeah. But not one glass has been shattered. Not one business has been damaged. Nothing. All we have did is march, walk, sing, and talk. And they cannot take that. Us as a people do not have a history of being violent.
That's right.
Check the record books.
That's all. That's all they got to do.
We have not blown up schools. We have not had mass shootings. We have
No.
not done this.
No.
This is not an issue of black and white.
No.
This is an issue of right and wrong.
That's right.
And what they are doing is wrong.
Wrong.
We have been outside the sheriff department and the courthouse. Sheriff Wooten would not come out.
Why?
But now you post a video from inside the sheriff department, which is paid for by taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
Now,
My tax dollars.
today, Congress is trying to pass a bill wherein if a police officer kills somebody in the line of duty, the city and the counties have to pay, not the police officer. But guess what? That money is our money.
That's right.
Why do we want to pay them with our own money?
That's right.
You make them pay as a person.
That's right.
Because Andrew Brown don't have a voice today.
No.
No amount of money is going to bring him back.
No.
No amount of money is going to satisfy us.
No.
It's not going to happen. So we're going to keep marching. If you get tired, and listen, everybody, we have a lot of young kids out here.
Yes, we do.
Y'all please keep your eyes on the young kids.
That's right.
And y'all be aware.
That's right.
We're going to keep our hands up and hope they don't shoot because they'll shoot us in cars and with our hands up.
Say it again.
Say it again.
Say it again.
They're going to keep shooting us with our hands up. Say his name.
Andrew Brown.
That's right. Listen to him.
Listen to him.
You know what? Yo! No. Hey, check this out. You know what? Look, me and that brother. Yes, I am the. Me and that brother been to prison every goddamn well. How the fuck is that? That's no reason. For what? He never gave up. He will fight before fucking bull. He'll do what? Fight!
Oh, okay. Don't nobody want to hear you.
Always.
They're telling you be quiet. Don't tell
Other
them
guys,
be quiet.
yo, I said what I said because I met
It's the smoke section.
I won't give a damn. Damn is a nation full of faces, but who understands? It's right. Right, wrong is fucking wrong. When you done what you done, admit.
I'm coming.
I won't give
me
a
a phone.
fuck.
Oh.
There's a whole lot of us out here. You hear me?
As a matter of fact, every one of you motherfuckers.
Joke, you already know. We out here, man.
I'm saying, man.
Let me ask y'all cops a question. If a person get away from you and they running away from you, why do y'all have to kill them? You got their information. Y'all was serving a warrant. You had his name, everything. Why did you have to kill him?
That's where it all goes.
Fucking crazy.
Hey, I'm saying what I'm saying because I meant what I'm saying. Do you think I give a fuck when I walk down everything, not one fucking thing. I'm saying I am who I am.
Where mine? Really?
Hands up! Hands up!
Don't shoot.
Hands up!
Don't shoot.
Don't shoot. Why the fuck did you shoot? Why the fuck did you shoot? No, I don't give a fuck other than saying I don't got no money. I'm broke. What I'm doing, motherfucker.
You ready? Nigga got the drones out here.
Hey! Are you serious? Wow.
I know what the mob is. I was listening.
Hello, drone. Go. I'll put up there that BLM bomb is out here.
Choke, no joke, y'all. I'll be back in a few, y'all. I'm out here, man. I'm out here. See y'all in a minute.
We need to know. What do you need to know?
Yeah, we're mine. Yeah, we're mine.
Yo, what's up? What's up? I ain't gonna be quiet. What's going on? Bullshit.
Bring on mom with the gang.
What is computer game?
Yeah. So that was one of many marches, many protests that went on during that time. And then it was when we saw the body cam footage for the first time in that press release. I mean, that press conference.
Thumbs up if everybody can hear me. So we got a few. Thumbs up, everybody, if you can hear me. Raise it up a little bit more. Thumbs up in the back there. If you can hear me, everybody good? My name is Bakari Sellers. Hello. I'm from the Strong Law Firm in Columbia, South Carolina. I stand here today with Chantel Cherry Lassiter to my left, Chase Lynch to my right, Chance Lynch to my right, Harry Daniels to my far right, Benjamin Crump, who's not with us today. We have the honor of representing the family of Andrew Brown Jr. I know Khalil and Gerard are here with me, and I first want to say that my heart goes out to these two young men who had to witness on video the murder of their father. Unlike, dare I say, anyone else out here today, they had to go through and endure something over the last 2 hours that not many of us can ever imagine. And so for that, my prayers and my heart go out to both of them and their family and this community for the loss of Andrew Brown Jr. I actually want to say thank you to everyone who made this viewing possible. I know that Your Honor stated that we had 10 days to view it, but they worked diligently to allow us to see these videos, 20 minutes of what I believe to be 2 minutes, but we feel it, 2 hours, excuse me, but we feel as if it tells the entire story of what happened that day with Andrew Brown Jr. A question was asked of me, I believe, by Brian Todd as I was walking in, and he asked me, what do we expect to see? I said, we anticipate seeing an unjustified killing. What we saw on that video was an unjustified killing. What we saw on that video is something that we believe also denotes further investigation and does have some criminal liability. The way we're going to do this today is I want to bring both Mr. Lynch and Ms. Lassiter up to talk about what he was able to see on the video. We'll then have words from the family. Then we'll have words from Mr. Daniels. And then I'll come back up and we'll take as many questions as we possibly can to get these young men back home and on their way. So with that, I want to pass it to a great lawyer who we brought on for this purpose, who's done an amazing job. And I want everyone who's under the sound of my voice to know how good both of these lawyers are and how we stand with them in their truth, particularly Ms. Lassiter having to undergo some of the words that have been coming her way.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Chance Lynch. I am the managing partner at Lynch Law. I am a former assistant district attorney, criminal defense attorney, civil rights attorney. Let me say first the honor and privilege it is to serve with these colleagues and with this legal team to assist them. And I'm grateful for the privilege to be able to serve alongside them as we serve this family. Today, I was able to sit with two of Mr. Brown's sons as we watch several videos. We were able to see 6 videos today, and I'm grateful for the kindness and the hospitality that the Sheriff's Office has shown during our tenure here while viewing these videos. The first video that we were able to see did not have any audio. It was the dash cam. The last 5 were all body cams, where we were able to hear the words spoken, and we were able to see some critical footage that I think yields truth, transparency to what we've all thought we would see from the beginning. In fact, what I saw today absolutely corroborates what Attorney Lassiter shared with us when she was only able to see 20 seconds. Now, I'm not sure what footage the district attorney has seen. I can only go based off of what he has said and what he has insinuated. Well, we have a saying where I'm from. And that saying is, I was born at night, but not last night.
All right.
That's it.
And so we were able to see Mr. Brown sitting in his vehicle as he was ambushed and as the Sheriff's Office made their way to his residence. Appearing to be surprised, it appears that he was possibly on the phone. At all times, his hands were visible. At all times, you could see that he was not a threat. There was a shot fired. When the shot fired, he put the car in reverse, putting several feet, if not yards, away from the police who were there. He turned the wheel to the left to turn it away from the law enforcement officers. At no point did we ever see any police officers behind his vehicle. At no point did we ever see Mr. Brown make contact with law enforcement. We were able to see where they possibly reached out to make contact to him, but we did not see any actions on Mr. Brown's part where he made contact with them or tried to go in their direction. In fact, he did just the opposite. While there was a group of law enforcement that were in front of him, he went the opposite direction. As he turned to the left to go across his yard, a second shot was fired, and as he began to accelerate and increase his speed, tracks of mud began to appear in the yard, and when his car was clearly across the yard, at all times what we saw were police officers standing on the pavement unloading their weapons. There were so many shots that we found difficulty in counting the number of shots that his vehicle received. At some point, there was a final shot where it appeared that at that final shot, Mr. Brown lost control. There was a curve in the yard. At that point, as you may know, his car went down the ditch across the street and collided with a tree. When they went to the vehicle, we were able to see when they approached the vehicle, we counted approximately 6, if not more, bullet holes in the side of his car, in the passenger side of his car. Windows were shattered. We were able to see one shot in the front windshield, and we were able to see a number of shots, approximately 6 at least, in the back windshield. At no point, let me be very clear, at no point did we see Mr. Brown pose a threat to the law enforcement officers that were there. My friends, I would suggest to you that it was absolutely and unequivocally unjustified. When they opened the door, there were no weapons found. They pulled his body out of the car, laid him face first flat on the ground. As you could see the bullet wound that went into the back of his head, and then they began to search his home. And so I can't speak on what everybody else saw. I don't know what video that they saw, but I can tell you that what Attorney Lassiter said was exactly what we saw today. True.
All right.
And so I said this, and as I close my comments, I said this at the NAACP rally on last weekend. I said something to the effect of, it's a new day in Elizabeth City.
That's right. That's right.
And so with this being said, and with us being able to see that this has come to the light, I'm confident that our legal team is more committed now to pursue justice, to make sure that the memory and the legacy of Andrew Brown lives, because what we saw today was unconstitutional and it was not justifiable.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stay before you guys long. Thank you all for listening. I've been told my voice is soft, so I need to speak up a little bit. Again, let's be clear. This was an unjustifiable shooting. I've said it before, and I'm standing here, standing by my word, as I said a couple of days ago, and outside those court steps. We will seek justice for Andrew Brown Jr. Thank you.
This is his oldest son, Camille Furby.
The video I seen last week is pretty much the same as what I seen today. Just a few more details, but he wasn't in the wrong at all. What's in the light, what's in the dark gonna come to the light. Yes, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be like that. He gonna get his justice, because it won't even right.
Well, can you describe it?
We'll ask questions.
You know, just real brief.
My father did not deserve to die at all. He did not deserve to get killed. In any way, shape, or form, he did not pose any threat at all. Come court, there's no way that this could be justified. There's no way possible. And that's all I gotta say.
On behalf of the legal team, myself, Bakari Sellers, Benjamin Crump, Chantel Lasser, New Edition, Translation, as well as Wayne Kendall. I am confused. I was teaching my daughter a new word, convoluted, hard for something to explain. And what I need explaining today is why you have killers in Pasquotank County that's not in the jail today. All right? Yeah. We had peaceful protests, peaceful demonstrations. Now we know what they was trying to hide.
That's right. That's it.
Now we know why they didn't want to release the tape. Now we know why they still don't want to release the whole tape. Now we know. What was described by Chance Lynch, Chantel Lasser, is a massacre. You should be outraged. You should be outraged that in 2021, that a man can be killed, gunned down by a firing squad. And I'll be damned just because they wear a shield, a badge, that the killer should still walk free.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. If it was you, myself,
That's right.
we would probably be in an orange jumpsuit over here waiting for a rain. The tune and the tone. Transparency. And now we want accountability. And we want justice. And what justice is today, or what we know, what they've been behind, what Chantel and Khalil saw a couple of weeks ago, last week. Arrest, prosecution, conviction, and a long prison sentence. A long prison sentence. Somebody say throw away the key. Life. Life. Now, somebody asked me today, how you feel? Hold on 1 second. Wait 1 second. Somebody asked me today, Attorney Dance, how you feel?
You already know.
I am mad as hell.
That's right.
I am mad that a man, a father, can be executed. All this marching, everything we went through. Now, I'm not trying to say that one thing is worse than the other, but it is clear when you got a man that's killed on tape, executed, murdered, the killers should be brought to justice. And they will be. They will be. With that being said, I'm going to open up for questions, brief questions. We got a lot going on, so please be very respectful of our time.
Did they indicate to you that they would file charges? Did CNN? Okay. Did they indicate to you that they would file charges against these deputies?
There's no indication. There's no indication this time that any charges will be filed at this time. So no, not to us.
Let me also say one thing here that the family is very aware of. There is a huge question about whether or not this family can get justice the way this system is set up here today. We have asked, last Wednesday we sent a letter, it was certified so I know he received it, the district attorney here to recuse himself from this matter. We believe that it's an incestuous relationship between the district attorney and law enforcement. He works every single day with these officers. He's worked for years prosecuting cases with these officers, and his office is literally in the sheriff's department. We do not believe that we will have a fair set of eyes reviewing this going forward, and I know that people are looking for something to ask for, and we're asking that the community join us in our request. Because the way that the law is set up in North Carolina, the only person who can remove a case is the district attorney himself. And so we're asking him to recuse himself so this family can have justice. Yes.
Did you sit at a desk? Was it on a monitor? Did they rewind it? Could you watch it the first time it went by? Did they repeat it? Describe what happened in there for us.
Yes, I could.
Explain it to me.
He said yes, he could rewind it and look at it over and over again. So yes, the answer is yes.
What was that like for you in your heart to see something?
Allow me to say this, and to reiterate what Bakari just said. This district attorney got up before the courts and made a statement that not until Andrew Brown came forward and made contact, then the shooting started. Look at the video, look at the recording. That is inconsistent of what we saw in this video.
What happened right before the shot was fired?
She said what happened right before the shot was fired.
The first shot was fired, and after the shot, well, let me back up. When they arrived on the scene, all of them were yelling different things. Some of them were saying, "Show your hands." Another was saying, "Get out." It was so much yelling that we could barely understand what they were saying. So I can't imagine what was going through Mr. Brown's mind with him having to sit there and hear this, not knowing what to do. Even with both hands being shown at all times, when the first shot fired, he was sitting in his car and then he began to back up. At no time did we see him go towards a sheriff deputy at any time. The first shot was fired, and what we saw was after it was fired, he began to back up because he wanted to get out of there.
He was trying to save his life. He was trying to save his life.
Right before the shot was fired.
I'm sorry, can you?
His hands were up right before the shot was fired.
Yes, you can see both hands. We could clearly see both hands.
Can you see what provoked the shot? The first shot? Can you see what provoked them to shoot the first time?
I have. All I can say here, all I can say is this: I didn't see Mr. Brown make any movements or actions that would warrant law enforcement to fire to protect themselves or anyone else.
Let me say something. Can I say something real quick? Because I just want to. I think we need to level set here for one moment. You know, for far too long in this country, we've become kind of used to this cycle and black bodies being in the street.
Exactly.
And I don't think that we truly understand the pain that these young men are going through. And I just want us all to take a step back and take a breath and understand that this is not just another case for them. We do this work all the time. We fly around from city to city and cover these cases all across the country and tell me how you feel. What was your stomach like? Did you sleep last night? But for them, this is a pain that induces anger, outrage, disbelief, shock. This is pain for this community. This is pain for black men and women all across the country. So let's level set for a minute and understand that this is not just another case. This is not just another body. This is somebody who was a father, somebody who was a brother and a nephew. And I think we just have to pause for a moment and realize that.
Tim with ABC 11. Andrew Womble gave me a statement saying that he's not basically going to recuse himself. He's confident in his ability to handle this investigation.
How do you get the statement?
So what is your next step to get relief for this family?
I don't know how you, I mean, I sent the letter.
He haven't said anything to us.
I mean, I sent it to him certified. I mean, the courtesy would be to call or email or write another letter.
That's even more reason why he's recused himself. He's willing to talk to the press and not the attorneys.
That I don't. You breaking news to me. I can't even. It's. Thank you. Yeah. That he. The fact. So let me be extremely clear. The only people in this matter who would be disadvantaged if he stays on this case are our clients, this family. If Andrew Womble was to recuse himself, there would be no prejudice to the officers in this case.
Exactly.
In fact, we would be sure that justice could be carried out without the taint of impropriety. The fact that he will not do that shows that he has some other interest. And whatever that interest is, I do not know, and I'm not here to impugn that character or whatever that interest may be. But my number is clearly on the letter, and I would appreciate the common courtesy of a legal professional of either emailing us back or calling us with that response that he gave you.
All right, a couple more questions.
Was the car just going to continue to be peaceful?
Yes, but the marches are going to be peaceful. That nobody wants to tear up the town that they live in, but they're going to be peaceful and they're going to be loud.
Right.
But this also is not the responsibility of this family, right? So if you want peace, go out here and give us justice.
That's right.
His question was the car moving when the first shot was fired? What we saw, we could not see of all the videos, the car not moving. It did not move until that first shot.
Okay, so they were not under threat by a moving car?
No, in fact, if the car was moving away from them. It was never moving towards them for them to fire that first shot. So even with the footage, because you got to remember, we've got a dozen law enforcement officers coming up with assault rifles, and they're crowding around that car. The first shot is moved. The first shot is fired, and then you can see the car moving back after that.
In the red dress right here?
Yes.
We were told earlier that...
Tell us who you're with again.
Sharon with Channel 12.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
We were told earlier that you guys were going to see 20 minutes, and it was taken down to 16. I don't know if there was a clarification with that, or do you feel like some more things were cut out from the before this meeting?
Minutes? Well, there were several minutes to each video that added up. I don't know. I didn't add up every second and determine the exact amount of time. I will tell you two things about that. Is that it was redacted. It was not all raw footage. Their faces were blurred out. You could not see their faces. Even if they would have turned, it was blurred out. We were able to see their weapons. But just in all my years of criminal defense and being an assistant district attorney, I have never in my life seen where the defendant gets to choose what evidence they show to the world.
Right. Ain't that something? Yes.
All right, last question right here.
Oh, and then we got this young lady to your right, to your left too. We'll get you.
The parts of the videos that weren't shown, was that after?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The parts of the videos that were held back 2 hours and you guys saw about 20 minutes, did that appear to you to be after everything happened, the kind of what happened, the body cameras rolling, or did you not?
I'm not sure. I would be speculating. I'm not sure what they kept from us.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Since he hasn't responded to your recusal, the DA, what are the next steps legally that you'll take? What are the next steps there?
You know, unfortunately in North Carolina, and I want to also give a thanks to many members of the North Carolina State Legislature. When we were here a few weeks ago, this family said that they wanted Andrew Brown's name to live on. Right now, the North Carolina State Legislature is examining changes to the body camera law as we speak, in a bipartisan effort. And that wouldn't happen but for Andrew Brown. And so we're already making a lot of the changes we want to see. What we have learned, though, is that obstruction of justice is basically codified here in North Carolina. And so because we really don't have many options other than to take the deck as it's given to us, we're going to raise a lot of hell and a lot of noise about the fact that Womble wants to stay on this case. And if he chooses to stay on this case, we're going to ask him to make sure that he follows through with prosecuting the officers that murdered Andrew Brown. Unfortunately, we don't have many options. But we're going to go out here and continue to raise our voices. We're going to go out here and continue to fight. And many of the changes that we've seen, whether or not it's this Body Camera Act or the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, we're going to continue to push forward to make these changes on behalf of the family of Andrew Brown Jr. We are, this family's getting out of here. We're going to ask that you at least give them the opportunity without yelling questions at them. Just yell questions at the lawyers. They're used to it. They can take it. Allow Khalil and Gerard and their mother and aunts to please get out of here if we can.
I got a question. Those who viewed the videotape.
Yeah, and so as y'all can see, that's what was the press conference after the footage was shown, even though it was redacted and all that other stuff. But it was a hot mess, man. That town, I would not go back through there. Like, them police don't play. Man, I mean, it was so much, man. Oh yeah, then Let me see if I can show y'all this one.
You good? Go.
Okay, now here is me with my co-counsels. Shout out to Ben Crump. Shout out to Bakari Sellers. All right, my co-counsels.
What up, y'all? Choke No Joe, aka Arthur Austin. You know what it is. But I'm here right now because y'all been watching me for a few days with the Andrew Brown Jr. situation going on. As you can see, we got Ben Crump here, Bakari Sellers here, and they came in this small town to make a big change. And pardon my French, they was treated like niggas. This brother here has...
That ain't French, that's Southern.
All right, well, look. This brother here has 2 degrees. And I don't even know how many he got. But what I'm saying to y'all is this. These are not street dudes. These are educated brothers. They are known for what they do. Y'all know who they are. And they got treated today like they were nobody. Like their degrees didn't matter, all the years they put in school, college, all the people that they represented over the years. They came into this town and these people on a tight bigot trip treated them like they were nobody. How do y'all feel about that?
I would say this, literally, Bakari Sellers is one of the most brilliant brothers that we have in our community. I mean, we see them over and over again on CNN, philosophizing, literally debating every point for our interests. And he was trying his best to be accommodating for the county attorney here in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And that guy was so disrespectful, despite all the ways Bakari was trying to articulate a compromise to him. And I was offended by it. It was amazing that I kept my cool because I was trying to literally let Bakari do what he does so eloquently, and that is the art of compromise, politics.
And look, what we realize is that justice is never easy, and it's going to be a fight. Ben always tells us that. He always like prepare for a fight, prepare for a fight. And what we want to do is we want to fight in the court of public opinion, which is why you're so important, and your contacts and the people watching this, getting out, using their voices. We want to fight in the halls of Congress, because what I don't want to happen is there to be another Andrew Brown in 24 hours. Like, we're tired. And so we have to put the pressure on others to come out and help us make that difference.
And we cannot ever lose this moment. Right now, we have an opportunity to get real, meaningful police reform to change the culture and behavior of policing in America with this George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. And the reason we got to do it immediately, because how many times, Bakari, Arthur, that we wake up and it's another hashtag? I mean, can we get through 1 week, America, without the police unjustly killing a black person?
I don't know if that's possible, but I appreciate y'all brothers coming through for the Brown
We
family.
appreciate you. You've been one of the strongest brothers we got. You holding it together. I told you from the beginning, I'm going to rest on you to hold it together. Yeah. So go get some rest, brother.
And we will get this video released. I promise you that.
Amen.
Oh yeah, one thing. Tell them how they can help get that George Floyd Act passed.
You need to call your United States senators. Call all of them. Google them. And then make sure that you call Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. Tell them I told them.
Fight the power.
Peace and love, y'all.
No matter what type of personal injury case you're involved in, it's going to serve you best to hire an attorney right away. An attorney is going to help make sure that you're getting the medical attention.
My bad, my bad, my bad. As you can hear, wet my computer up. Hearing that air fryer going off. I don't know how I'm trying to eat this late. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Bev G, thank you, baby. Yeah, so shout out to Ben Crump, shout out to Bakari Sellers, Harry Daniels, you know, for doing a great job. It's bringing some type of justice to this family. You are much appreciated. Then the funeral, like I told you, you know, my people, they covered the cost for the funeral. They gave them a budget, and they did it big for their dad. They did it big. I don't know why. Let's see this. Oh, God. Hold on, yeah. Let me fix this real quick. All right, here we go. Rain is real tonight. This was the convoy.
Oh, wow. Well, we did that.
I mean, you must admit, I know that Al Sharpton, you know, people feel a way about him, but not too many people could say that they had a Reverend Al Sharpton pray, do their eulogy, be a part of their funeral in a little small town like this to have, you know, these big wigs in your little city is it's a blessing. And no matter how how anybody look at it, they sent they father was big. You know what I'm saying? I had LL Cool J, I had Case, you know, do drops for them, which gave them even more exposure on a national level. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better love me, man. Y'all better love me.
Good? Yeah. Thank you.
Talk to you in Minneapolis.
Can I get one more pallbearer, please? Come this way, sir, right here. Pastor Sharpton, dignitaries, please come this way. Family and friends, let us now have your attention. Let us have your attention as we're honored now to prepare for the celebration of life for the late Andrew Brown Jr. We're now beginning to prepare for a prayer. Our funeral home firmly believes a family that does pray together, does stay together. We're going to ask Reverend Al Sharpton now to lead us in a prayer. Pastor?
Let us pray. Dear God, as we come to commit this brother unjustly taken from his family and friends, that you give us the strength to stand with this family and in his name bring justice to so many others. We ask you to bless us and bless him as he makes his transition, and he finds peace with you that he did not find here. Due to those that are unjust and unfair. And we will be careful to give your name the praise. Let us, as we go through these services, leave our egos at the door and lift up what we should lift up for children unborn in the name of Brother Brown. Thank God. Amen.
Amen. Family and friends, we're going to ask that the children of the deceased, Khalil and Gerard and his family, would report to limo number 1, the McCullen family in limo 2 and 3, and the Brown family in limo 4 and 5. At this time, you may report to the limo as we prepare for the transition to the horse carriage.
I can't believe that was just over just a year ago. It's crazy, man. And the police still out here. Ain't nothing changed. I don't think we had a big police killing since that one. I don't think we had. Thank God.
The final 7
Oh, it's more. It was so much, this thing got a lot of publicity. I mean, bringing out those big names brought out more people and more cameras. And I kind of see how this whole thing works. I got a good perspective on how this whole activism thing works, connected with the civil rights thing, with these funerals. Like, I was so paying attention and so documenting everything overall. It's just so much.
Okay. Yeah. I need to get back there.
Oh, no.
How you doing? I'm Rachel with Crump.
Okay, how you doing, Martha?
I don't even know what to say, man.
Yeah. Miss John, I'm about ready to go. When we get up to the Chinese place, when we get up
I don't know. You can watch.
The final 7 birds now represent his children, and we ask them to come forth and release them at this time. The song says, "Some glad morning, when this life is over, we'll fly away and be at rest." The Reverend Al Sharpton shall now give us the closing prayer and benediction. Pastor.
Dear God, as we have now released the spirit of Andrew, we trust his spirit to return unto you. You gave him life. Now you receive him again. And let us in his name go forth and do your will to fight for justice and love mercy and walk humbly before you. Give his family the strength to remember as these doves flew away, their father's in a better place, but he expects us to correct the place from whence he came. These blessings we ask in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And now may the grace of God and the fellowship of his Son, Jesus Christ, rest, rule, and abide over all of God's children. Amen.
Amen. Family and friends, those of you that have been invited to the repast, we will in a few moments allow you to make your way to your cars. To Andrew, we simply say, good night, sweet prince. May flights of angels send thee to thy rest. Father, in thy gracious keeping, leave we now Andrew sleeping. Good night, no more sorrow. Good night, only until justice prevails. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Shout out to the Brown family, you know, all the children. Shout out to Ben Crump. Shout out to Al Sharpton. Shout out to Kirsten Fonjoy, John Foy. I'll be jacking your name up, Kirsten, like you Asian man. Kirsten John Foy. Aye. That's my guy. Shout out to Big Phil Gates, man. You know, shout out to Harry Daniels. And I can't remember the sister name for nothing. I know she like, why he not saying my name? Chantel, I think her name is. Chantel. But yeah, I'll continue this more tomorrow because I know it's late and we got to get up in the morning and do our morning workout. For those that get down with us, you know, I'm sure everybody else is asleep by now. I didn't come on at 7. I came on at 9. My apologies. But Bev G sending condolences out to the Brown family. Yes, much condolences to each and every one of them. You know, shout out to his brother and the rest of his family out there. And shout out to everybody in Elizabeth City. Y'all made this happen. Y'all blocking bridges, blocking roadways, protesting, walking, marching. Y'all helped that family out a great time. I mean, a great deal. And, you know, I'm sure as well as I do appreciate everybody's time. I'm sure they do as well, you know, but choke no joke. I'll get back to this tomorrow, man. All right. So it was some type of justice somewhat, but like I said, money's not bringing nobody back, but it is good to see that Harry Daniels, Ben Crump, Bakari Sellers, Chantel, everybody, you know, Al Sharpton, Kirsten, John Foy, Big Phil Gates, choke no joke, you know, that we seen something come out of this and not nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it shows me that if we stick together, we can make enough noise to get some type of results. All right? Choke no joke. Good night. Y'all have a blessed one. See y'all in the morning. God bless, God willing. Amen.